Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was designed to fit on like sort of an upper arm. It's a pretty ideal location for first tattoo because it's nice space that you can cover with a sleeve shirt if you don't want to have the tattoo, and it's also really easy to show off in a short sleeved shirt or in a tank top style shirt. And it will really, I think, work quite nicely covering like the deltoid with the like swirly part and then going down to the center of the upper arm. Let's go ahead and read this design. So you read the script starting at the bottom and you go counterclockwise, like a time traveler going back in time. And in the grid above me, I have the consonant grid. So each consonant starts with one of these letter stems, these four different shapes that start off each of these four rows. And then you can have either dots on them or lines on them, putting them in the different columns. And then vowels are the really little circles that are positioned either on the consonant stems or by themselves just on the word circle. I'm going to go ahead and get to reading this design, which actually has a little start marker here. So if you wanted to move this around and put this somewhere else or rotate it or do something else with it, you could orient it however you want, and this will still tell you where to start reading from and which direction counterclockwise is. So it can go on either arm, you can mirror it, you can flip it, and it will still be legible. So, here's our first word circle. And this first word starts with this circle that crosses the line of the word circle. So these ones are substantially bigger than our vowels, and they're in our bottom row, and this one has no dots or lines that actually end on it. These are little line modifiers. This one ends on this letter, and this one ends on this vowel, and this one has nothing, so it's just the letters TH in the bottom row, first column. And then we have a vowel, and this vowel has a line going inwards, making it an I. Continuing around, here we have two consonants stacked. So line thickness does matter in this case, and a thin line is our first consonant in the stack, and then the thick line is our second consonant in the stack, and then the vowels are read afterwards, unless there's a slash in the vowel. And this thin one has one line ending on it, this thick line here, so that makes it an N, and this thick one has two dots inside it, the one inside the vowel and then the one just floating here. So that's two dots making it a K, and then an I has a line going inwards. Continuing around, here we have 1, 2, 3 lines on a circle that crosses our word circle. So that's an NG. So THINKING. Thinking is our first word here. Then continuing counterclockwise, we have an I with a line going inwards. This shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So that's an S. So is. This one has no lines actually ending on it. This thick one passes through. This thin one passes through. So that's just a J. And a U has a line going outwards. This is another S because it has 1, 2, 3 lines. You see how all three of those thin lines end on that? Just like this one has 3 lines, 2 thick and 1 thin. So that's another S. And then this T has nothing ending on it, so J-U-S-T, just. This word circle has just one little vowel on it. This little vowel is outside the word circle, so that's the word A. So just a. And then we have all of this junk. So far, I have done words in their own circles. These words are going around in a circle. And there's little spaces between the words. So we have letter, 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 space, letter, 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 space, letter, 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 space. And this first letter is a deep divot, so we're in the top row, and there's 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it, so that's an F, so it's in the very, middle-ish column, because it's the guy with the 3 lines on it. So 3 lines, deep divot, F, A, N, with 1 line on it. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 dots on this C. So even though not all 4 are in the middle, we can still tell that these 3 plus this 1 are all closer to it. And then these other 2 go with the crossing Y, so CY. So FANCY, so fancy. This shallow divot has 1, 2 lines on it. O is floating in the middle. R has 3 dots, and a D has 3 dots, and R is just a shallow divot, and a D is a deep divot, so W-O-R-D, so word, fancy word. F is a deep divot with 1, 2, 3 lines on it, just like this F down here in fancy, 1, 2, 3 lines. O, R has 3 dots, just like this R here. And then a CH is a deep divot with 2 dots, so these 2 dots go with the deep divot. A is outside the word circle. And then this is something pretty crazy I did, where I stacked the 2 NGs. So you see how these 2 lines are the same thickness? That means it's the same letter or set of letters. And in the word changing, we have 2 NGs, so that's a double NG. So it's NG, NG, and then I. And this I has 2 slashes. So basically what those 2 slashes mean, so here's our NG, here's another NG, and then here's our I. So you read thin to thick, and same letter means it's the same thickness means it's the same letters twice. So we have our double NG and then our I. And then the 2 slashes in the I mean we move it up 2 letters in the stack. So that's the NG. So that's how we get the NG there in a relatively little space and in a nice little concentric circle. And I wanted to kind of have this like growing circle overall pattern here. And it ended up looking up pretty nice, I think. But yeah, so there's the NG. And then Y has 2 dots, O inside the word circle, U with a line going out, and R with 3 dots. So your, and then this big word in the middle, here's our word circle. Our M has 1, 2, plus this third swirly line, so that's 3 lines, and then this line goes on to the I here. So that's the MI, and then an ND is a deep divot with 4 dots. So all in all, this design has emphasis on the words thinking and mind. So thinking, mind is kind of like the main words that will never like blur out. And I wanted to play a lot with like little subtle backgrounds. These will kind of fade and blend, but they're relatively little words and pretty evenly spaced out and easy to see. But yeah, thinking is just a fancy word for changing your mind, is how this translates. And these are just some extra filler decorative divots that don't necessarily need to be there. I just thought it felt too empty with nothing in that little space. So, yeah. Actually, because this is what it looked like before I added the filler. And I think it kind of needs the filler. Maybe. I like it. Do we need it? I don't know. I'll let you pick. I'll send you both variations. The ones without the filler and the ones with the filler. Because that's the only really fillered chunk that felt kind of empty even after I was done with all of the letters and the words. But yeah, I'll go ahead and end this video here. I hope the design makes a bit more sense as far as where the lines are. And this line here being like the I line and the N line. All of the lines are part of the translation, which I think is pretty cool. This is our send circle for this chunk here. And yeah, let's go ahead and end that video there. Thanks. Bye.